All right, well, good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night, and you know that means that it is NetCode brand Mighty Midgets. The Big E, Eldora Speedway tonight. About 18 drivers have checked in. Wayne and Elski, I see you in the chat. Very curious why you're not out here racing with us again. Hopefully it is work-related and nothing more than that. Drivers are taking some laps, working the track in, setting some times. We see Billy Barros on top of things currently. Got the current points. Bo Brandon has the lead. Josh Gerlach second in points. Craig Silvey, Billy Barros, and David Krikorian are the top five. Looks like we're separated by roughly 40 points from first to fifth. Oh, okay. Thought maybe he was skipping out on us again. Have not really looked through the list of drivers. Actually was able to just get here in time to start talking to y'all. It's warm outside. That means crazy things are going on out in the neighborhood. So I was watching the craziness. Barros, Brochart, Silby, Krikorian, Gerlach. I mean, so your five fast guys, or your five in the points, four of them in the top five in the speed chart right now. Two shows tonight, guys. Do not forget, two shows. We'll end the week with the double header. We'll start things back up again on Sunday. We'll go Sunday, Monday, Thursday next week. And then, sadly, we have a whole week off after that. So, about 3 more nights of racing, and then we'll have to wait a week and a half or so before we get back to it. It'll be full up again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I think Tuesday of the week that I'm gone, I think we have a guest commentator for Short Track Showdown Series. So I'm working that out with him, trying to make everything copacetic. About to wind out practice on session number 1. We will go all right to our heat races. Random draw for the heats. Everybody's transferring tonight. We'll go 30 laps for the big show. We will re-rack it. They will come in, qualify. Top 8 are automatically into the feature. Everybody else will race for their final starting spot, and we will hit 30 laps on the big board one more time. So right now, heat number 1. Let's get down here like so. Yeah, we love that angle. That's weird. I thought we had one. All right, let's get to our starting lineup for heat number 1. It looks like this. Wow. Billy Barros, the 38 car, will be on pole, and he'll have a tough customer as outside the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Bo Brandon, points leader. Row 2 to the inside. Next to the 13 of Wayne Anelski. And then the 66 Dave Krikorian inside row number 3 with Brett Wagoner in that 98 car on his outside. We haven't quite rolled off yet. Here come the boys out of pit lane. A standard style for these guys is to hurry up and kick it down to 1 lap to go and cut them loose down in 3 and 4. We'll see. I know on the short tracks they have kind of foregone that this season. So we will see. We can get the boys. We will not get them kicked away right on the first lap. We'll let them go ahead and take another pace lap around. Big, wide, racy track. I doubt we see anybody up very high tonight. Where the track's ironed out to is, for a midget, that's a long way around this place. So we will just have to see. Good view. They're going down into 3 and 4. We're getting ready to go green here. Pace truck will dive out of the way in turn 4. The red lights will go off and the green flag will come out. Barros with a great start. He is going to grab the lead. Brandon snuck through on the bottom as Boyd went top shelf right where I said I don't think he should go because it's such a long ways around, and he is losing a couple of spots already. Way up there trying to keep the car wound up. He is going to be in a dogfight pretty quick with Krikorian and Anelski as Brandon now has moved to the top side. It's just such a long ways around this place. If you can get your car to go on the bottom or the middle, it's just so short. I'm going to chop this place right on down. Krikorian has 4th. Oh, and a big mistake for Brandon. Brandon puts it in the fence. He slows down Boyd just enough. Krikorian will go after him for 2nd. That opens up a huge lead for Barros. And now, Brandon not going to have a great starting position in the feature unless he does something magical in that Consi race. So rough start to the evening for your points leader. Barros out in front halfway home. Krikorian, Boyd, Anelski, Wagner. The 5 cars still on track, and Boyd got good traction through the middle of 1 and 2, but nowhere to go with it. And he really needed to check the car down. Barros stretching it out 2 seconds now. Billy Barros pretty much on a Sunday cruise. He just needs to get the car home for 2 more laps. And he'll have a great starting spot for the feature. Krikorian is inching away from Boyd, and when Anelski now trying to put a challenge in for 3rd. Oh, Boyd right into the fence. No cautions in the heat races, guys. No cautions. So that will put Boyd back there with Brandon. He'll be coming through the B main. Wayne Anelski on the white flag lap in 3rd place right now. Barros from the pole took the lead, and he is going to run away and hide. He'll pick up the Heat 1 win. David Krikorian 2nd, Wayne Anelski 3rd, Brett Wagner in 4th, and I think Boyd is going to be able to limp that 21 car to a 5th place finish, but he is still going to start pretty deep in that LCQ tonight. So we will get ready to go down here as soon as our cars start hopping on pit road. There we go. The 2 of Robert Lynn will have the pole. He'll be flanked by the 69 of Stephen Moore. 2nd row inside, Josh Gerlach in the 71 and Jake Scarborough, the 77 car. And then the 26 of Bobby Yankee on the inside of the 3rd row next to the 88 of Riley Scott. Come rolling out of pit road right here. Josh Gerlach away from the white 71 this week, back to the black. Maybe trying to change his luck. I don't know. He's been doing pretty good. He's been on the podium every week. We'll see. 77 of Scarborough. Here goes the pace truck as we go to our 1 lap warm up. Green flag out. Robert Lynn grabbing the lead. Josh Gerlach to 2nd. Stephen Moore way up top. The red and white number 69 machine. He has 3rd. Bobby Yankee in the very familiar number 28. Sitting there in 4th after lap number 1. And Josh Gerlach going to go after Robert Lynn for the lead, but he didn't have enough momentum, and Lynn pulls it out to about 10 car lengths down the backstretch. Not satisfied with the inside. Gerlach's going to go top side and see if he can use that berm to try to make a big run down into 3 and 4. Go for the slider. He didn't get there. Crossing over, back and forth here. Oh, and that time a little too yippee. And 71 car finds the fence. He's going to be able to continue, but that is going to open things right up for Robert Lynn. He's got a pretty sizable lead now. 1.14, 1.2 now. Seconds over Yankee. Yankee's got Riley Scott right in his hip pocket. Scott tried a little lower line. Just not enough there. Little momentum and a really good line, and you can hold off just about anybody right here. Inside 2 to go. Lynn, Yankee, Scott. Moore is a ways behind this. Probably a whole set of turns here. Gerlach is still going. Car's a little beaten and banged up, but he's continuing. He's in fifth. We'll see him in that LCQ tonight. Robert Lynn taking the white flag. And Robert Lynn, after the early challenge from Josh Gerlach, going to win the heat. Bobby Yankee going to come home second. Riley Scott, then Stephen Moore. And a good ways back, the aforementioned Josh Gerlach. Dick Scarborough. I think he was the car that got caught up with Gerlach in 1 and 2 there. And he ends up not making it out of the heat. So he'll be in tonight's Consi. Third and final heat race. Josh Cox in the 6th car. He'll start on our pole. He'll have Reed Brochart, the 93 car, to his outside. And you'll see the 7 of Craig Silby. Been running pretty good this season. A lot of podium finishes for that 7 car. He starts row 2 to the inside with Cody Williams in the 26 on the outside. And then Mike Gebert, 81 car. Kurt Vincent, 19. That's your final row for the final heat. Pace truck getting out of the way. We are ready to go green. Josh Cox off the pole, jumping on things, but here comes Silby. Silby off the bottom of 1 and 2. He's going to go from 3rd to 1st before we get to the backstretch. And the Kiwi Conqueror will lead lap number 1. Brochart up to 2nd. Cox falling back to 3rd. He goes all the way to the wide side. Looks like he'll hang on to it for now. Cody Williams off the top side. Got to run around Kurt Vincent. He'll grab 4th. Vincent's 5th and Geppert in 6th. But it's all Silby out in front. Brochart giving chase. Battle for 3rd as Cody Williams goes around Josh Cox. Williams about 2/3 of the way up the track. Running a little bit of a modified cut down line right there. Now goes all the way outside 3 and 4. Good laps, quickest car on the track that time around. But still quite a ways behind Silby, and Silby's got a pretty big gap. Almost a full second between he and Brochart. Gebert took the car to the infield early, so he is out of this one. He'll come through the LCQ. Starting spot in the feature locked in, so give a chance to figure some things out before he does that. 2 to go this time for the final heat race. No change in the running order. These guys are spread out about even, right around a second. The only car making any inroads right now is that 26 machine of Cody Williams. He's just going to run out of real estate. Well, that and the bump on the wall isn't going to help, but he's going to run out of real estate before he could get there and maybe challenge Brochart for second. We're on the white flag lap this time. Craig Silby 1.3 seconds in front of these two right here. Brochart in second, Williams in third. And it is a Craig Silby kind of heat. He picks up the win. Then Brochart, Williams, Cox, Vincent, and the DNF for Gebhardt. Heat racing action in the books. 18 drivers will come out under the lights, get ready to iron out the track just a little bit more, find out what it's going to be like in the dark. You'll have 2 minutes to get that in. Let's find out what... All right, Josh Gerlach, it's been one of those seasons where you kind of turn the corner and you've been up front a lot, but your heat race didn't go your way. What happened, and what do you think that's going to do to you for the feature tonight?
Not sure about the feature part. Long race, so we'll see. I think there could be some attrition here. I hope not, but yeah, man, there's really it's kind of a weird track the way it's shaped up here. There's really no cushion, so you saw some pretty good drivers like Bo, myself, and I know Mike. He got upside down. That if you charge it a little too hard, there's no forgiveness up top. So that's something to watch for. I would say for sure, just because I feel like the track's going to be, or the groove's going to be all over the track. But it's a thin cushion up top and really not much to lean on.
Well, I'm going to ask before I throw you back in there. You went back in black and not the same results that you've had in the white car. Possible mistake?
No, that was just a bonehead move by the driver. I think I would have done that in a pink car, white car, whatever. But, yeah, we'll see. We brought out a different paint scheme. I think we'll have something a little bit different next week as well. But, we're going to the Big E for the first time in a couple years. Figured we'd get something different for tonight.
All right, man. Well, without the Consi, you're going to be starting pretty deep in this one. Good luck to you. Hopefully we get to see you back on the podium at the end.
I hope so, man. I appreciate it.
Driver of the 71 car, Mr. Josh Gerlach, and that is not what we're used to seeing from him. He is usually pretty Johnny on the spot. So he admitted that he made a mistake. We'll see what happens. These guys are about ready to end the session and get ready to go racing here. Remember, right after this one, guys, we're going to take a short break. We're really not going to do it. We're going to play a little music, move from one server to the other, and get ready to re-rack this thing. It goes a little different. They do qualify, but they do not run heat races. So we'll have a qualifying session, a little LCQ deal, and then another 30-lap feature. Gerlach finally out there making laps. I'm sure he wanted to know what the track was going to be like before the feature. So they're extending this session a little, I think. And that may be the end of it with him stopping the car down the backstretch. And it looks like that will be the end of the warm-up session. So feature number one, the next event on the schedule. 30 laps, the distance, 18 drivers. And we'll line them up like this. Billy Barros and Robert Lynn, the 38, and the 2 cars on the front row. And then it'll be the 7 of Craig Silby next to David Krikorian for row number 2. Row 3, Bobby Yankee in the 28, Reed Brochart in that 93 car. Wayne Anelski, the 13, and Riley Scott, the 88. That's your 4th row. Row 5, the 26 of Cody Williams. Brett Wagner in the 98. And we'll move on to row 6 with the 69 of Stephen Moore inside. Josh Cox in the 6 car on the outside. And then we'll get into our final couple 3 rows here. Garrett Boyd, the 21. Josh Gerlach, the 71. That is way back in row 7. And looking at row 8. Kurt Vincent, the 19 car inside. And your points leader in the series currently in the 49, Bo Brannon. He is way, way, way back there. He's got Jake Scarborough in the 77 and Mike Geppert on the row behind him. So, a lot of your top 5 not starting anywhere near the front of this thing. And with a little quick flicky of the coin, we're going to get a different starting lineup, it looks like. Looks like it's going to be Silby Lynn, row 1. Krikorian Brochart, row 2. Yankee Barros, row 3. Andelski and Scott in row 4. And everybody behind that will remain the same. So, with the redraw, a few cars have to change positions. They'll come around this time, and then we'll get them doubled up, ready to go. You may need to go down to the pits and talk to that driver face to face. I don't know about that. All right. This time around, we're going to double them up, get them ready to go. Early fireworks as we form the field up. And get ready for our green flag. All right, we're going to get the official green flag the next time out of turn 4. Pole sitter starts the race. I'll tell you what, you put Craig Silby out front. He's a tough guy to run down. Gerlach, Brannon, Boyd all towards the back. Barros, Krikorian, the guy, 2 of the guys in that top 5 there. They're the closest guys to the front. 3rd and 6th. So this may be a good points night for those guys to catch Brandon. But the green flag officially out. Craig Silby got a monster start right there. Filter our way through turns 1 and 2. Everybody's going to survive. We're going to go back here to the Hornet's Nest that is about 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Let's just keep counting because they are all over each other. And speaking of all over each other, that was Cody Williams, and Williams has a problem. Caution on the speedway. I know that was Cody Williams. Well, Stephen Moore said, but Cody Williams is the one that actually had the problem. So we'll go watch Cody Williams. Cody Williams is 26, right in the middle right there. He is going to get contact. Oh, yeah, just runs up over the right rear of Gebhardt, and he left a couple of drivers no place to go. And unfortunately, Stephen Moore's night is going to end right then and there, as he was the first car to hit Cody Williams, and he ends up on his lid. So, quick start, quick caution. We'll get the boys set up for single file. Looks like the lights already went off on the pace car, so we're probably going green this time down here out of turn number 4. Silby, Krikorian, Lynn, Yankee, Brochard, Anelski, Barrow, Scott, Boyd, and Wagoner are our top 10. Brandon already up to 12th from his 16th starting spot. We'll keep a look back through. Gerlach went low, tried to take the spot away from Brett Wagner and could not get it done. Now he will down the backstretch. Fires it deep into turn 3, sticks it on the bottom. Didn't have a spot there, but he's working on Riley Scott. They were 3 wide right there at the start-finish line. Now Gerlach surges ahead. This a battle just inside your top 10 right here. Josh Gerlach with a bad heat race, getting a deep start. Brannon just a couple, 3 cars behind him, and he's working the top side. That's the current points leader in the series. May have gotten himself a little too wide there, jumped it up on that fluff. Lucky he didn't tag the fence and really put himself in a bad spot. Out front, Sylvie still having his way. Krikorian sitting second. Yonke in third, and we've got another caution. I don't know what this one's for. Maybe Cody Williams again? Oh, yeah. Finds a fence, flips over, gets whacked right there by the 77 car of Scarborough. And that'll make it hard to recover from. So that car probably was already broken anyway, and he just kept trying to run it through there, so. Yes. Stephen Moore, a couple laps down, brought the 69 car back to the track. I believe we get wave arounds in this series, so. Single file pace truck is already in. Green flag is back over the speedway, and Silby, good Lord, what a start he got right there. We'll go back here and watch this group, as they were trying to get 2-3, almost 4 wide for a second right there on the restart. Kind of like NASCAR. If you don't do it right on the restart, it's hard to pass somebody. You guys know that. Billy Barros going away to the top shelf. He's trying to work around Robert Lynn in the 2 car. Try to use the momentum line. Here comes Garrett Boyd into the picture. Boyd in 7th right now. Battle for the lead. Krikorian thought about a slider and thought better of it, but he is up here trying to challenge Craig Silby. Now drives it way down in. I think the car bounced a little. He had to roll off the throttle. He got closer that time by about a car length. It's going to heat up right here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Yonke, Anelski, Barros. Now Boyd is 6th. Lynn's followed to 7th. Gerlach is 8th. Brochard and Brandon are in a battle. Brochard on the bottom, Brandon on the top. Battle over. Move Bo Brandon into the 9th spot. Top side looks like it's going to be where the momentum is as we watch Gerlach stay married to the bottom. Brandon pretty much staying married to the top. We'll see if that brings those 2 closer together, or if Gerlach can continue to go forward. He's going to start working on the 2 of Robert Lynn here momentarily. Krikorian going after Silby. Thought he had him for a second. We'll see at the line. No. Silby by just a fraction. And now Silby knows he's there. He's got to turn the wick up. We're creeping in on halfway. Oh, that time a little too close. A little unnecessary friendliness with the inside wall. 66 car had to back it down. I think he was getting ready to go for the big slider. Boyd now is up to 4th. He's gotten around everybody in front of him. I think he heard Gerlach coming, and he really jumped on the gas pedal. And now he's in 4th. He's leading 3 cars, 4 cars around the top. Still Gerlach. Staying on the bottom. Slider line in 1 and 2. He's going to cut it right down the middle. He'll go to the bottom in 3 and 4. Just in front of Anelski. Brandon has stayed in 9th. Has not advanced. He's down on the bottom as well. We're going back to the front because the battle for 2nd is heating up. Krikorian and Yonke are now in a side-by-side battle. And Boyd is about 0.8 of a second behind, really putting the whip to it, trying to catch up to these guys. He'd like a podium finish in this again tonight. He's got company with Barros right there, but we're watching the battle for 2nd and 3rd. We've crossed over halfway. We're going to be 13 to go this time by. Down to the bottom. Yonke made a run at it. Couldn't make it stick on the exit. But Krikorian's got momentum. He's going back after the leader. Top 5 are pretty much on your screen right now, guys. And they are all within spitting distance of one another. Krikorian led that lap. Can he hang on? Silby with a good run around the top takes the spot back. At least as we get into 3 and 4, this is where Krikorian's a little bit better. That time Silby by 1 car length, 3 cars under a blanket. Make it 4 with Boyd getting in there now. This is coming right back together at the end of this. 10 to go this time, 20 laps in. Silby changed his line, slider line in 1 and 2. Really go top side or bottom in 3 and 4. He's going to go right through the middle. And caution again. Who for now? That might shake things up. Riley Scott appears to have had an issue in the 88 car. He got in there super hot. In fact, he got in there so hot that the server had no idea where he was. So down to the end of this one, and wow, that was getting pretty exciting. We'll see what happens on the restart. We are still going to have 10 to go. 9 when we take the green. Silby, Krikorian, Yankee, Boyd, Barros. Gerlach is 6th. Lynn, Anelski, Brochart, and Brannon are the top 10. And Bo Brannon having a hard time coming forward in this one. Gerlach, 8 spots improved. He is not even your hard charger, as Garrett Boyd in the 21 car has that with a 9-place improvement right now. Pace truck getting out of the way. Green flag back over. Session number 1. Yankee and Krikorian went right after each other in 1 and 2. Krikorian was able to keep position with the great line that he had. Got to watch these guys behind. They don't have ground to make up now, and they are really finding something on the top. Here comes Boyd. He's going to pull alongside Yankee. Can he make 3 and 4 work from the top side? Good run right there through the center. A lot of momentum. Move the 21 car into P number 3 with 7 laps to go. I don't think he's done yet. Billy Barros following suit. Hey, 21 can do it. Maybe I can do it too. And look who's right behind that. Robert Lynn has gotten back around Josh Gerlach. He's trying to follow Barros through. We're going to get to the wave lap. Silby, Krikorian, Boyd, Barros, and Yankee are going to be the top 5. 6th place. Robert Lynn just a tick off of these guys. Actually, that's 7th place Josh Gerlach, as Robert Lynn is trying to get around Yankee on the top side. He just cannot finish the pass. Top 2 coming back together with 4 laps to go. Silby's going to have to work if he's going to hang on to this one. Big slide in 1 and 2. New leader down the back stretch, coming to 3 to go. Silby got the car out of shape. Krikorian had the perfect line on the top. He's got the lead. And we're watching Barros and Boyd. Boyd's got the better of that, and Boyd is in a pretty good spot here. He may go take 2nd away from Silby late in this one. Good run out of the corner. Just didn't close up a whole lot there. Now Silby's using a little different line. He's not going to the bottom anymore. Krikorian, 0.4 of a second out in front, coming around. He'll see the white flag. Silby still 2nd, but Krikorian got to the line first. Big enough lead. He just needs to keep the car square, and we'll see David Krikorian win again. First time this season he'll be on top the podium. But the 66 of Krikorian wins session 1. Silby 2nd. Boyd is 3rd. Barros 4th. Lynn 5th. So, auspicious start to the evening. But the 21 NS, and if you know what you know, the NS means something to you, and you're laughing right now. And if you don't know, I can't say it on air. So we'll wait for him to make his way in. Krikorian already. And Craig Sylvia, I'm sure, will make his way. So let's talk to the driver finishing in the third spot tonight. He is representing the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network well out here. Did not have a great heat race, but Garrett Boyd, feature was a little different.
Yes, just decided to put her up on the top.
I told everybody at the start I didn't think the top was going to be the spot because it's such a long ways for these little cars, and you got them pretty much chipped out almost the whole way around.
Yeah, we're definitely tiptoeing around the top. It's you never know when you go in there, and obviously I learned that in the heat race. Yeah, I had a blast driving up through the field. That was the most fun I've had in one of these cars.
Yeah, 10 positions improved. That'll make you a hard charger in this one as well. And, you know, I was looking, I watched you. You were back there about 10th or 11th, and then all of a sudden you're battling for 6th. Was everybody coming back to you, or was the top just that much faster?
I got a good jump on a restart, and I got a couple guys. I think they spun and they went low, and they didn't cover the top, so I took the top and got by them before we got even down into turn 1. So just kind of got lucky on that and tried to replicate that on as many as possible.
Well, you learned something for session number 2 that maybe can help you move up a step or 2 on the podium?
Hopefully we'll be up there on the top step on the next one.
All right, man, give me a couple shout-outs, and we'll let you get ready for round number 2.
We got to thank my girlfriend, you obviously, for putting this deal together and helping me get into the series, and then old Garlic Man for putting the series on.
All right, man, thanks for chatting. Good luck in session number 2, buddy.
Thank you.
G-Body Garrett Boyd, he finished in 3rd. And now we're going to move over here. We're going to change something on our graphic. And it's getting fairly familiar to see the Kiwi Conqueror in podium position at the end of this one. He led a lot. He got passed late. Craig Silby, what happened?
Oh, as you've seen before, I get a bit lost when I'm leading, and so I overthink it and manage to mess it up. But how many second places is that so far? I must have to get a bridesmaid's dress soon.
Well, you know, we were thinking that. We figured maybe, you know, it'd be nice if you just caught the bouquet once or something.
Oh, I got to give 100% congratulations to DK. Like, what a drive! He just raced me down, and got by. I went down the bottom because I was getting slower and slower on the top. So I went into the middle, and that was okay. And I thought I'd give the bottom a try, and he just got by me, and that was the end of the race.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys were making some hay on the top. You were for a long time, and then just that one tiny little mistake. You went down in 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. I'm sorry, and maybe the car got a little further sideways than you thought it was going to get.
Oh, it was just a lot looser down there than I was hoping it would be. Yeah, I was hoping I'd just dive in and grip up and get around there, but it didn't. It just slid across, and I thought, oh well, that's me. I'm going to struggle to catch back up now.
Well, you're going to take those lessons and move them into session number 2. Probably be a little bit different track. What do you think? What do you think the chances are of maybe finally breaking through this season?
Oh, I'd rather start from the back and see if I can get there. It's just fantastic fun. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes of the next track state. But yeah, this one was good fun.
All right, you know the drill. Before we let you head for session number 2, give us some shout outs, buddy.
Thank you very much to NetCode Esports and netcode.com for this whole show. We love being part of it, and thanks to all the competitors for coming out each week. It's harder and harder. It's harder and harder. I'm only getting seconds. I used to get firsts, so that's all good fun. And thanks very much to the Digital Sim Sports Network. I'm looking forward to watching the coverage on online. Thanks, guys. See you at the next one.
All right. Good luck in session number 2. Thanks for chatting, Craig. Craig Silby, the Kiwi Conqueror. He finished in 2nd in this one. He got passed late. He got run down by the driver of the 66 car. And David Krikorian, good run. You broke through early this season to get the win.
Yeah, and I didn't need to have a technical issue to give it to me this time.
Yeah, well, you had to beat one of the best around here to do it, and man, you figured out where it was at, and you took the top and took it right to him.
Yeah, we were kind of in a lull where just, unless you got side by side, it was really hard to kind of get a pass complete. I think I had one chance where I think I could have cleared Craig on a slider, but it's just so hard on a single screen, or on 27-inch single screen, to complete a slider without making it really high risk, that I was probably a little conservative with that, and I just kind of just kept with what I was going, and I kind of had a feeling maybe with Craig ripping the lip the whole race that maybe he would burn his right rear up a little more than I was. And I was close enough, and man, when he came down, I went to the top and I gained, and then the yellow came out almost immediately. So I was just kind of hoping that last restart we'd get enough laps and to gain enough momentum. And I stuck it up there, and you know, it ain't like real life for the most part where it's a curb and you feel it. And it's just kind of a fluff of grip, so it's just park her up and hold on and hope you make it on the other side, and we did it.
Well, an awesome run, man. You got a chance to do something no one has done so far this season, and that is sweep tonight. 66 car good enough for session number 2?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see how the track state pans out, though. We're going to be more of an accelerated track state for the next round, so if we can get what we had for this race, yeah, I think we can get up there again.
All right, man, give me a couple quick shout-outs before we let you head for that second session, my man.
Shout out to all the homies on the B team. We've been practicing together as a team a lot more the last couple weeks, and it's kind of obvious it's helped a lot. As much as I like to just kind of go into the session, just kind of let her rip and figure it out from the start.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session number 2, man.
Thank you.
David Krikorian breaking through early in this season to pick up a win, and he's got a chance to sweep tonight. He's going to have his hands full because everybody else is going to want to run through there as well. So we'll see what he can do. Let's take a look at the results from session number 1. Krikorian, Silby, and Boyd. 1, 2, 3. Barros, good points tonight for him on Mr. Brandon. He is going to pick up a bunch of points there by finishing 4th. Lynn was 5th, Yonke in 6th. Gerlach with a good run. He picks up 7 spots and makes a rough start to the night in his heat race, turned into at least a decent finish. He comes home in 7th. Danelski was 8th. Brandon, rough start. Mediocre. A mediocre end to his night. We'll see if he can turn that around in session number 2 here in a little bit. Brochart was 10th. Cox 11th. 12th was Jake Scarborough. Kurt Vincent in 13th. Mike Gebhardt 14th. Brett Wagner 15th. Stephen Moore 16th. 17th was Riley Scott, and Cody Williams rounded out the field with an early exit. So we're going to get ready for session number 2. We're not going to go anywhere. You guys hang around. We got some tunes for you to listen to while we get ready to swap over. It'll take us just a few seconds, probably 30 to 45, maybe a minute. If we take an adult break, we run to the restroom real quick or something, but we'll get into session number 2. These guys will be practicing. They will abbreviate the practice session, qualify, last chance, feature, and it'll go by pretty quick. So enjoy the tunes. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Session number 2 for the NetCode Brands Mighty Midget Series.
So I guess that I'll just have to move along. You don't want to break my heart, yet you still want to go. And how I dread to hear the sound, the closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you want to be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. Done everything a man can do to keep you satisfied. The only thing I've got to show is is gonna be a good goodbye. But I'm so sick and tired of your good for nothing games. So when you're all alone, at least you won't have me to blame. You don't wanna break my heart and you still wanna go. How I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you wanna be set free. So get it done, it's time to run. Said here's your chance to leave. Don't ever bother coming back my way. I'm tired of all those silly games you play. And you won't find me hanging around here all along. And cause the second that you leave, I'm gonna be long gone. Hey! That's right. Don't come back. Whoa, you don't wanna break my heart and you still wanna go. And how I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you wanna be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. And I know your love is dying and you want to be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. Here's your chance to leave.
All right, session number 2, drivers making their way around, ironing out the track. We are just waiting
In the morning about 12 p.m.
for word about how long that session is going to go.
Jack and
It's usually about 5 minutes, so just a couple of more minutes for this probably. Want to make sure everybody's here. Got 18 of them, same 18 from session number 1. Did not lose or gain anybody.
another crazy night.
We'll see if David Krikorian can sweep the night.
'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the ball
Or if somebody new breaks through.
everybody knows the name.
So drivers in the top 5 in points really have difficult starts to the night.
The fans my heart.
And Bo Brandon did not
Sometimes it's easy.
have a horrible finish, but he did finish right at about 10th place there, 9th or 10th. And that is not good when the guys that finished in front of him were behind him in the points. A couple of them may move super close or ahead of him. So
Down along this road, there's
we
a
will
lot
have to see.
and everything I got, I worked hard to earn.
Different view here. Get you from a long ways away.
Give it all up because I love my fans.
Many other drivers headed out. They really want to try to get the track state back where it was in session number 1. You heard David Krikorian, if you were here for the post-race interviews. He thinks if the track comes back to where it was in session number 1 for this session, that 66 car can go somewhere and do something. So we saw something happen that I did not think would happen with the midgets at all. The top line just came to life. And these guys were able to really make a lot of moves way up high. So some of the guys closer to the back may have noticed that, and in this session, maybe they'll try to move up there, but we won't know until we kick things off here. Probably within the next, I'm going to say 30 to 90 seconds, they will advance the session and get us ready for qualify. It'll just be qualifying, a short 10-lap LCQ, and then our feature, because the top 8 from qualifying are locked in. Everybody else has got to work for it. Here goes the session. Like I said, anytime now. We'll get ready for qualifying. All the drivers hit the track. We get to see one or two or three or four of them, whichever ones we focus on. We'll focus on some of the faster guys from session number 1. Just waiting for some of those guys to hit the track. Billy Barros, one of those drivers, as he goes out. Defending series champion from the 2023 B season. Came up 2 points short in the Ironman of sweeping all the awards for 2023. Barros quick at 17:18. Stephen Moore quite a ways back. 17:35 for Moore. There comes Yankee. Here comes some guys. Craig Silby is on track. Silby, 4th quick. In a lock-in spot right now. Right now, Reed Brochart, the last one. Oh, make it Wayne Anelski as Garrett Boyd. Finished 3rd in session 1, and he took the 21 car and put it, well, what is now 5th overall as David Krikorian has made his way up. Here comes Kurt Vincent, Riley Scott. Riley Scott still 16th, did not improve. So Silby 7th, Yankee off track. He is 8th. Bo Brannon 2nd quick. 17:19 for Brannon. Nearly a 17:20, but 17:19. He locks himself into the feature up front. Krikorian 3rd, Moore, Boyd, Gerlach, Silby, and Yankee. All locked in. Everybody else, LCQ, you're in the show, but you're going to race for your final starting spot, so maybe we'll see. And Wayne Anelski move himself up to that 4th row right there. Give himself a better position to maybe make a charge through. He ran good in session number 1. I want to say Anelski was 5th in that session. So wait for the official end of the qualifying session. Everybody took time. Wide range of times out here, but your top 9. 17:18 to 17:50. That's pretty good. That's pretty tight. So we'll get ready with our LCQ. Oh, and only 6 locked in tonight. So Silby and Yankee are not. I thought 8 cars were locking in. We only did 6. So you're going to see Silby and Yankee. They'll be on the front row. Wagner and Anelski row 2, Brochart and Lynn row 3, Williams and Scarborough row 4, Gebhardt and Riley row 5, and then Vincent and Cox the final row in the LCQ. Everybody's transferring. This is just a race for the final starting positions. It'll be a quick one. It's only 10 laps. They should get it going right here when we come out of 4. And then a couple of minutes of warm-up, and we will move straight ahead to another 30-lap feature. Guys, don't be afraid to shout out in the chat. I see some YouTube, some Facebook. I don't know if anybody's over on Twitch or Trovo, but say hi in the chat. Green flags in the air. LCQ for session number 2. Everybody's locked in. We're just racing for starting spots. With a big blink there out of Brett Wagner. He is 2nd. Williams 3rd. Brochart is 4th as we head for 3 and 4 the first time. Cars having to check up just a little. I saw Robert Lynn all the way up by the fence, and boy, did he have to really get on the binders to not run over Bobby Yankee, who was right in front of him. Now goes to the top. He may go around Brochart. He does. Brochart was a little out of shape. Gives up the spot. Oh, and then Robert Lynn. Whoops, big mistake there, buddy. I'll get that off camera as quick as I can for you. So he is going to start pretty deep in session number 2. Right now, Wayne Anelski has moved his way up to second. Both he and Williams got around Brett Wagner. Oh, and then, well, if you mention them, they crashed. Williams clips the fence in 1 and 2, just like Robert Lynn did. So that'll shake things up a little bit. Wagner and Yankee 3 and 4, Brochart, Riley Scott, Mike Gephardt, everybody else. War of attrition in the Conti, and I think this track is a little bit different than it was in that first session. You're already locked in. What do you mean, don't mention you? I got to. Yeah, pretty interesting. Every time one of oh, here we go. I was waiting. He touched the fence too. I was waiting for every time one of these guys that I got on camera and I'm about to talk about, or I do talk about, goes into the corner up on the top side, they seem to pancake it. And boy, Craig Silvey tried to make me right. He and Wayne Anelski have broken away from Brett Wagner in that third spot, and now Bobby Yankee trying to get up there at that little ridge area and ride the top. Keeps it off the fence. You know, in this series, that commentator's curse has not been real because I've talked to the guys before the race and then they end up on the podium. So, I don't know. These races, you know, these minor races, they're just, you know, for practice. So when you get to the big show, that's when all this stuff really counts. There's no curse in the big show. Coming around for the final time in the last chance qualifier out of turn number 4. Craig Silvey will win there. He'll see himself start inside row number 4, and he'll have Wayne Anelski on his outside, then Brett Wagner, Bobby Yankee, Reed Brochard, Riley Scott, Mike Gephardt, and the rest behind that. So, final starting grid fully set. We'll see how long. Probably just a couple of minutes for warm-up. Oh, no warm-up. I've just been told there will be no warm-up. We're going to get ready to just kick this thing right off. That's fine with me. I think they are a little interested in how this track is going to go, so I think they want to keep and try to get some two-line racing out of it. I know you got your Catfish. I know you've got, you know, your Rim Riders, so I think they're trying to let both groups have what they need, and it's going to be, how did that happen? It's going to be Josh Gerlach and Garrett Boyd on the front row. Boy, you talk about the wild and woolly. One guy's got a face for radio, and the other guy, well, he's just something else, and there's not a definition for it. But a good front row for us tonight to start session number 2. Stephen Moore and David Krikorian, your feature winner from session number 1. He'll start position number 4. Bo Brandon with a way better starting spot than he had in the first session. He starts inside row number 3 next to Billy Barros, who had a good run in that first session. Craig Silvey, second place car from first session, starts row 4 inside next to Wayne Anelski. Brett Wagner and Bobby Yankee in the 5th row. 6th row, Reed Brochart and Riley Scott. Then Mike Gephardt and Cody Williams in row number 7. Row 8, Josh Cox and Jake Scarborough. And Robert Lynn and Kurt Vincent rounding things out back in row number 9. So they'll cut them loose the next time by. The lineup's the lineup. We don't do a bunch of shifting around like we do in session number 1. Gerlach and Boyd getting things going here. Krikorian said if the track was the same as it was in session 1, he's got a shot. Be the first driver to sweep the night this season. Gerlach's on the throttle, green flag. We go through 1 and 2. Krikorian went to the top, slider out of Moore. Yeah, we The fireworks are going to get us in trouble. Gerlach's out front. Brandon slid through for second. Sylvie into third. Moore up top has fourth. You saw Boyd in fifth as he ran slider line. Now Krikorian goes top shelf. That's your seventh place driver. Gerlach and Brandon starting a battle right here. We'll get down there and watch these two. Brandon now to the inside in 1 and 2. He'll take the lead. Gerlach's going to fight back. Here comes Sylvie as well. And Brandon going to try to keep Gerlach pinned in on the bottom and use the momentum to try to get away, and it's going to work. And it'll open the door for Sylvie. Oh, contact. Craig Sylvie got Bo Brandon. And Bo Brandon's woes at Eldora are continuing. She's got the lead right here, and then Sylvie. Gerlach gave way, and Sylvie went in on the bottom. I think Brandon was trying to close that door, and maybe Sylvie couldn't quite see that car across the 71 car, and he got into the left rear, and that will definitely change some things. We'll make sure what the lineup's going to look like. Gerlach, Sylvie, Boyd, Krikorian, Wagoner, Barros, Brochart, Anelski, Scott, that's 9th place, and then Williams in 10th right now. So it got tight quick at the front, got close. I think our pace truck is going to get out the way, and we're going to let Gerlach get us started one more time. Gerlach, Sylvie, Boyd, and Krikorian. Boyd and Krikorian both going to the top side. They learned in session number 1 that the top side is going to be very quick. Especially in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I have my doubts. Didn't seem to be very fast. We got caution real fast again. I don't know who was in this one. Billy Barros crash? Oh my. 38 car. He's got Anelski behind. Yep, got in the left front. 360. I think everybody misses him. Yeah, he clipped the left front into the fence right there. So, wow. No real action at the front. It's going to be 3rd and 4th. Those two guys are going for the same real estate on the starts and restarts. So we'll see what happens as we move Billy Barros all the way to the back. And he is just a couple of spots behind Bo Brandon now. Looking up through here. Gerlach, Krikorian, they're all up front. As we get ready for the restart. Didn't have to really worry about the lineup as not much had happened. Now Krikorian went slider line. He couldn't come all the way up. That should let Boyd have a little bit of breathing room. Sylvie and Gerlach going out at the front. Sylvie's got the bottom. Does he have the lead this time? Yes, he does. And once again, driver 7 on point in the feature at Eldora. Gerlach, Boyd, and Boyd and Krikorian are going at it, and Krikorian has the bottom. Can he get the drive off and take a spot away? Yes, he does. So top side maybe not where it's at just yet. It will get there. At a point, that top shelf is going to come in. Boyd is fourth, Wagner, Brochart, Williams, Anelski, Yankee, and Scott are the top 10. Bo Brandon clipping the fence right there, but he's able to hang on to 11th, at least for the moment. He's up the hill. Somebody down on the bottom found a lot of grip. Here it comes Kurt Vincent. Vincent goes around Brandon. Go back to the front, 0.8 of a second as Gerlach now has gone hunting up at the top for something. Boyd is starting to make an end row, running the top side on Krikorian. That bottom's so good in 3 and 4, Krikorian can just go right back down there and take all the distance that Boyd makes up coming out of turn 2 and get every inch of it right back. Down to 3 and 4 as we have caution one more time. I think Billy Barros has crashed again. Cooked it in there into 1 and 2, 360. I don't know. That might have messed up the suspension on that 38 car. So Barros will go to the back one more time. Krikorian had Boyd at the line for third still, but I think the top side is really starting to work. Sylvie Gerlach, Krikorian, Boyd, Wagner, Williams, Groschardt, Nilsky, Scott, Yankee, the top 10. We're going to see Billy Barros in probably about 17th or 18th again. Yeah, in there behind Scarborough, Cox, Gephardt, Bo Brannan's 14th again. I think we'll knock the lights off on the pace truck, get him out of the way. We got 20 laps to go, 19 as we take the green. Seeing them fan out, top side, bottom side, barely anybody in the middle. Caution again, that was very quick. Stephen Moore this time. 69 machine. And he is going to cook it in there. It's very thin up top on the entry to the corner. Very, very thin up there. So drivers have to be aware. A little bit of yellow fever in this one. A little different track state. Work it between sessions, you don't get what you had before. So still going to have about 18 laps to go. Already ready to go. Quick caution for these guys as we go back to green. Starting to fan out about 3 wide back here behind 5th place. They're side by side with Williams and Wagner 6 and 7. Now Wagner up to 5th. He's going to clear. Brochart and company to take the spot back. Williams right behind that clears Brochart. Lynn is trying to work on Reed Brochart as well. Sylvie and Gerlach, a little bit of a break away from everybody else. Krikorian and Boyd still doing battle for 2nd and 3rd. This time Boyd takes the spot, heading into 3 and 4. In a little lower, takes the car out wide. Krikorian goes through the middle. Krikorian had the spot back at the line by fractions of an inch. Top side now starting to become very, very quick in 1 and 2. I think the middle and the bottom are where it's at in 3 and 4 still. And Krikorian again for just a second at the line has the podium spot. Creeping in on 10 to go. Boyd just cannot get to the bottom in 3 and 4. If he could clear far enough and get down there, one lap he might be able to take this away from Krikorian. Krikorian needs to get on his horse, but he's not going to get the chance because Josh Cox is going to have a problem back here at the back. Hard out of 4, right rear into the fence. Tippy tip, slidey slide. It almost rolled back over on its wheels. Well, not now. So, we'll settle things down. We'll have 11 laps to go. We'll get them lined back up. Silby, Gerlach, Krikorian, Boyd, Williams, Lynn, Wagner, Brochart, Yonke, and now Bo Brandon cracking into the top 10. Barros is still back in 14th. You've got Cox and Moore out, so only 16 cars on the track. They're all in the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace truck already. We're going back to green the next time. We'll have 11 laps remaining. And time's starting to run out. Does Gerlach have anything for Silby? Are Boyd and Krikorian going to continue to duel for the final podium spot? Can Williams get into the mix now? Robert Lynn is back up here. Go back to green. We'll watch back there around that 4th, 5th, 6th positions. Oh, Josh Gerlach! Oh, my goodness. That's not going to be good. He did what everybody that has really power bombed it into turn number 1. He suffers the same fate, I guess is the only way to put it. Up wide, up high, right rear, right front. He got a shove from Boyd. And yeah, not good. Not good at all for driver 71. So, Gerlach with the soreness will be out of this. It's going to be Silby, Krikorian, Boyd, Williams, Lynn, the top 5, Wagner, Brochart, Yonke, Brandon, and Nadalski in the top 10, Vincent Scott, Barros, Gebhardt, and Scarborough rounding things out. We're trying to clip the laps off. We didn't even get through turns 1 and 2, so we didn't get to click one off at all. We still have 11 laps remaining. We'll see if there's damage on the 21, if he can go after the 66, and we'll see if the 66 can once again make a run at the 7 car. Same top 3 we had in session 1. Well, they're 1, 2, 3 right now in session 2, and we're going to come around 10 laps remaining. Silby got a great start. 3 and 4 on the bottom seems to be where it's at right now. David Krikorian trying to reel in the 7 car. Boyd trying to reel him in, and he scoots by going into 3 and 4. Can he hang on to it and keep the spot coming out of turn 4? It was close. I think Boyd had it by just a smidge. Out of 1 and 2 this time. Still very close, and Krikorian's going to stay on the bottom. Boyd's going to stay up on the top. Silby's down on the bottom. That time, Boyd maybe, but I think Bo Brandon has an issue. The points leader once again with problems. Eldora maybe just not his place. Oh, well, he had help. He and Riley Scott get together, getting ready for the entry to turn number 3. As Scott found a ton of speed and pulled right alongside. I don't think Brandon could have anticipated he was going to be there. Just a little bit of a spin, and he's able to go again. So it looks like Boyd did get Krikorian that time, so he'll have second. Krikorian is third. Lynn and Williams 4 and 5. Yonke is 6th. Brochart, Anelski, Barros, and Scott through your top 10. Barros back inside the top 10. Good for driver 38. And Bo Brandon just not having a good night. We may see a new points leader next Thursday night. Pace truck out of the way. 8 laps remaining, and that time Boyd got a pretty good start. He didn't let Silby get too far away. He's got to go to the top to protect because Krikorian is there. So is Robert Lynn. Battle behind that. Cody Williams, Bobby Yonke side by side. Oh, Cody Williams up on the fence. He's got damage. That car all over the place. Billy Barros getting free spots. He likes that. He is all the way into 8th. Silby now enjoys 4/10. Boyd still hanging on. Krikorian has fallen back. We got into a battle for a split second there with Robert Lynn, but we went back to watch Williams hopping all around on the fence. Oh, that time Robert Lynn with a problem. He's going to gather it back up, stay in front of Yonke, loses ground to David Krikorian. Wave lap, 5 to go. Silby still out front by 4/10 of a second. But Boyd has been way faster the last couple of laps until now. He's got to slow down. Kurt Vincent and Jake Scarborough seem to have a scuffle. There's Bo Brannon right beside Vincent. Williams on the high side. Oh, and touched him. Vincent got a little far out. He touched the right rear with, or the left rear with the right front, I should say. And that's how we end up under this caution. So, couple 2 or 3 laps and a caution, and these guys not really getting to race each other, trying to do it all in the starts and restarts because of it. We've got our 8th caution. I think we only had 2 or 3 in the first session. Silby, Boyd, Krikorian, Lynn, Yonke, Rochart, Anelski, Barros, Scott, Wagner, Williams, Brandon 12th, Gebhardt 13th, everyone else off track. Gerlach may have made his way back. He has. Josh Gerlach. That car looks like it's dog tracking a little bit, but he's going to try to salvage as many points as he can because A, he's racing for the Ironman. He is the defending Ironman champion. And 2, he is racing in the top 5 in points tonight, so he needs all the points he can muster. If Kurt Vincent's off, that's another spot. It's a couple more points. Everything helps. We're going to have 4 to go at the restart. So we got a pretty good jump this time. We'll watch Krikorian and Boyd one more time. Oh, who got hard in the fence there? Robert Lynn again gets into the fence. This time Boyd finds breathing room down the backstretch. Does he have enough to go get Silby and finally get the 21 car on the top step of the podium? Or can Silby finally break through? No more bridesmaid, he can be the bride. Coming around popsicle sticks this time, 2 laps to go. The battles for the lead. They are side by side at the line. That time Boyd by 3/100ths. Garrett Boyd ripping the lip. Now has the lead down the backstretch. He'll get it with 1 to go. Coming out of 4. Can Silby fight back on the bottom? Same thing happened to him in session 1. It looks like it might happen to him again. Boyd by a car length. Garrett Boyd out of 2, stretches it out 3.5 4/10, almost 5. He goes down to protect the middle, slides it out wide. He'll break through. First win in the series for the 21 car. Garrett Boyd wins. Silby second. Krikorian third. You got the same podium you had in session 1. You're going to reverse 1 and 3. And you're going to keep the 7 car in the middle. Wow. So 3 drivers that look pretty adept at handling the midget at Eldora. And they sweep the podium spots all night long. And we're going to get to talk to Craig Silby about being a bridesmaid again. Wow. Amazing. So we will get David Krikorian. Oh, we'll wait for Silby to come in. Let's get things started. David Krikorian. 2 podiums in a row. You don't get the sweep, but man, heck of a run again in session 2. You there, David? David, can you hear me? Oh, we did it again. Ha, ha. Hold on, we got to fix this. And I know how to fix this. He can't hear me. So, 1 second. Let's change this to that. And let's see if that. David Krikorian, can you hear me?
Barely, but yeah, good enough.
Okay, sorry that it's barely. We got a microphone issue going on. But, man, not the top. Not a sweep, but you did get third. 2 podiums tonight at Eldora. That's a pretty good night.
Considering I'm not great in momentum tracks in this car, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I just waited too long to find where the speed was, and the top came in 1 and 2 and kind of at the right time, and Garrett just, I couldn't run the top in 3 and 4 like Garrett could. I could kind of cheat it a little bit if I did a slider line, but I really couldn't keep up with him there. The bottom had okay juice in 3 and 4, but just at the end of there, it was kind of top both ways.
Yeah, it looked like a completely different track for session number 2. Just a lack of grip all around.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen when we start with a higher track state for the second session, so you have that in combined with how the track will progress depending on where we're all running. It's just kind of figure it out by ear.
Well, pretty good points night overall. Should help you with the average of finish number 2 tonight. Points leader had a lot of trouble, man. This is going to put you right back in the hunt here.
Yeah, we weren't doing too bad in the points as it was to begin with, but it's probably one of our best points days in a while, so we'll take and fill Lucas Oil and see where we go from there.
All right, man, give us a couple shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you head out and celebrate awesome night of racing here at Eldora.
Shout out to all the homies on the B team. Shout out to Josh for putting this league on. Shout out to you for rocking us in this for the last year or so.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting. Congrats on a great night. We'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you.
David Krikorian finishing in third. And now we're going to get ready to move to I think we're going to have to change this guy's nickname. We're not going to be able to call him the Kiwi Conqueror anymore. We're going to have to call him the Bridesmaid. And, man, he is just laying out a string of second places. But, you know what? Consistency is key, Mr. Silby. It might win you a championship.
Well, let's hope so. It's really good fun, but yeah, getting pipped at the post there, that's not fair. But well done to Garrett. Nice job. Well done. Yeah, I'm just going to have to hit Robert up for his number on his car, that number 2. I think that might be more my number.
Well, it has been as far as podium finishes this season, but, you know, the same exact thing in Session 1 happens in Session 2, and I got to ask, you just don't want to go to the top here, do you?
Well, no, I ran the top pretty much most of the race in the first race, and then went to the bottom, and it just, like, I went backwards. And so I ran the bottom most of this race, and then got blown away at the top. So I don't know.
Well, a tale of two races. You're averaging a P2 finish, and the points can't suck for that. I don't think you've had horrible nights. You may have had one bad race, but man, you're going to be right there in this thing, especially after a night like tonight.
Yeah, I was really hoping for a clean race, but I think we got I got a couple of X's early on there, but no, it's a whole lot of fun. I'm just it's not fun getting run down because you're not really sure what's happening. But that's all good. Hopefully we get some bigger races, longer, more laps, 50 laps. Let's go 50 laps.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout outs, some thank yous regardless, and we'll let you celebrate an awesome night of racing.
Thanks to all the competitors in the NetCode esports series. They're so much fun to race with, and congratulations to Garrett, congratulations to DK. The points for the series so far must be unbelievably close, so yeah, let's bring it on for next week.
Yeah, I think it was 26 points from first to fifth or something when we came in here tonight. So, you guys right here on the podium, we were the podium in the first race too. So 3 Eldora Kings, I guess.
Oh, who knows? Yeah, very different track to the. Yeah, this is super fast, and it's knife edge stuff trying to run the wall that close. Whether it's the top or the bottom. So yeah, hats off to these guys and their skills. It's impressive. Thanks very much to the Digital Sim Sports Network for putting this online. I can't wait to see this. See this footage. I'm sure it's exciting.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night of racing. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Roger.
Craig Silby, the Kiwi Conqueror, finishing in the second spot once again. And now we're going to talk to the driver of the 21 car. He moves from third in the first race, finally breaks through, picks up his first series win. And, man, he had to beat one of the best to do it. Garrett Boyd, good race in session number 2.
Yeah, he had to put him up on the dash and earn that one, but that was a lot of fun.
It looked like topside. You stayed married to it pretty much the whole race, and I had my doubts in 3 and 4 for a little while. When did the top of 3 and 4 really start to finally come to you?
Probably about 20 laps in. Probably I started to kind of get the hang of it and being able to carry the throttle out of the corner and not having to kind of feather it to keep the rear end under control. So it was kind of nice to see 2-lane racing.
You and Krikorian battled all night long, and then that last restart, man, you got, or the second to the last restart, I'm sorry, you got by him, and you really started to put the pressure on Craig. Last restart, did you really, just say, I'm going for this, and it's going to be checkers or wreckers?
Yep, we were going to be on the top step, or we're going to be on the hook. So that was the plan from that restart, and I'm glad it worked out.
Well, the first win of the season, 21 car going to put some more together. Maybe this is going to become something where you're the first guy to sweep this season?
We're going to try. Hopefully we'll try to stay consistent and go for a championship.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate an awesome night of racing at Eldora.
I got to thank my girlfriend again and you again for broadcasting and then helping get in the car in the show and in the league and whatnot. And then Josh Garlick for putting everything together.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night. Congrats on your first win in the series, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, thank you.
Garrett Boyd picking up the win. We threw him down into the rat's nest there. We threw him right in the driver's lounge with all the crazies. So he ought to get a kick out of that. But our very own Garrett Boyd picking up the win tonight, and I think he was reluctant to get into that car initially, but we told him we'd help him out and get him on the get him in the show, and he has taken to it and progressed very well, picking up his first win in about his 7th race. So awesome job to him. Boyd wins it. Sylvie second. Krikorian third. Same podium we had in round number 1. Yonke in 4th, Lynn 5th, Brochart 6th, and Nelski 7th, Scott 8th, Brandon was 9th, and Barros was 10th, so those two came back together at the end of this one. Things will stay close there. Williams was 11th, Wagner 12th, 13th to Geppert. Scarborough in 14th, Gerlach. Rough night on the 71 car. He had a good run in session 1, made it up to about 6th or 7th, was doing well. And I think he just sent it a little too much and bit it in turn 1. So he finishes 15th. Kurt Benson 16th, Josh Cox 17th, and Stephen Moore in the 18th and final spot. Another awesome night of racing with the NetCode brand Mighty Midget Series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Always fun to have all the fans. Thanks for chatting it up in all 3 of our chats tonight. Much appreciated. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do any of this. Without the great leagues giving us awesome racing like we saw tonight, there is nothing for us to cover. So thanks to everyone on both sides of the coin for that deal. It is greatly appreciated. We have a blast doing this stuff. Until we see you guys the next time. Love everyone.